Welcome everyone, and welcome with a new channeling of the Council of Light. And in this week we have a question from one of my viewers, and I will read it to you. How to deal with the lower frequencies in relationships. And I'm quite curious as well, and it is a perfect timing because my neighbor had pumping music also to boost that lower frequency. So let's see what the Council of Light has to say. Dear you, and thank you so much for your question. And we fully understand that in the human perspective, the lower frequencies in relationships can feel quite tough. And how to deal with this frequency, especially when it's playing out in your relationship. Well, first of all, we would love to say that the lower frequencies are actually gifts for you. So when the lower frequencies are popping up, try to look into your relationships that you can see it as gifts. Maybe not the easiest gifts to unpack, but it is gifts to experience the higher frequencies even deeper. So your radiance of the differences in frequencies are in a relationships extra strong. Also because you can love quite deeply, it also means that your frequency range in a relationship goes deeper. That is why it is also not quite familiar on your planet that when you love deeply, you can also hate deeper. But we say your experience range is wider, so all the frequencies can develop even more, especially in a relationship. But how to deal with it in your dynamics? Well, first of all, we would love to say to make it unpersonal. Especially when you are in a fight, try to make it unpersonal. And that is not what humans do, so they make it personal. Especially when you feel like you are right and the other person is wrong, to fight for your own frequency as the only frequency. Therefore we say to make it unpersonal and to realize that your form of truth is a different form of truth for the other person. When you make this aspect true, you can listen to each other without making your truth the truth. So try to listen to the other as another form of truth and to listen to your own frequency of truth just by speaking separately and listening to each other. Therefore, we also would love to say that by making it unpersonal, you realize that when the lower frequency is expanding in your body, so with an example, this is when you feel hate to the other person and the hate frequency is available in your system, to make it unpersonal. Which means that you are not hateful, you are experiencing the frequency of hate. That doesn't make you a hateful person. So therefore we ask of you to take a step back in your fight and to fall back into your original frequency of compassion and self-love and to see that you are experiencing the frequency of hate or the frequency of distrust. Or to experience the frequency of jealousy. And to make it unpersonal, you can fall back in your original frequency and see the game of life is playing out in that moment of fighting. And by practicing this with your relations, you can practice on a bigger scale of what everything is happening in the world right now, is to fall back into your original frequency of self-love and self-care and to see that you are experiencing the frequency of hate, distrust, jealousy. And to see this as a gift. Because the moment you see it as a gift, you can fall back into your heart and transmute this intense frequency, which are more lower than you experience without having to deal with it in a relationship. That's why Earth is also a very wonderful place to experience such deep frequencies in the lower frequencies. Because these are all portals to go even deeper and higher in the high frequencies. That also means that we can experience deeper self-love. We can experience deeper self-care. We can experience deeper compassion by allowing ourselves to feel the lower frequencies in our fields. And in a relationship, you can practice this in a very safe area, but try to make it impersonal. To sometimes take a break and to feel everything inside your body. And to let each other speak and to fully listen to other people's truth in that moment. With a deeper realization that the moment how they experience the fight says something about the frequency they are feeling in that moment. And can we stay compassionate to the frequency they are feeling at that moment? It doesn't mean that they are radiating that experience. It means that they are feeling that experience inside their body. And that's a big difference. Because the moment we play the game of life completely, we can still radiate in our original frequency of self-love while experiencing self-hate and transmuting that experience in the moment when we are relating. And especially in relationships, so the ones who are very close to you and you feel a lot of love for, make it impersonal. And to see that the moment we take more distant, there is this choice of transmuting the lower frequency in that moment. So we become transmutation stations to fall back into our deeper and loving frequency of the higher frequencies. This is how the game of life works. So please enjoy the next time that you are in a fight with a deeper realization that this is trying to practice all frequencies together while staying in your own frequency. So good luck relating the moment lower frequencies are popping up. Because the moment you place your awareness with your heart, with your original frequency, and you make it impersonal, you can see that your transmutation space is getting bigger and bigger. And your heart can stay open and present when the other person is showing their frequencies, what they are experiencing right now. And that is true love. So good luck. Embracing all frequencies available between you and your relations. This is the greater practice. To stay in your own frequency. Well, this is a good lesson for myself as well. Always practicing the game of life.